Oponchumesi, Justice of the High Court and representing the Chief Justice, the outgoing President Mansa, the outgoing executives, the immediate past World President of the IAA, Council members, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Let me first extend a heartfelt thanks to the Advertising Association of Ghana for inviting me to your 8th investiture. Let me also congratulate you for your many achievements over the years. I am particularly proud of the AAG, not just because I am strongly affiliated to you, but because the association has successfully pushed the frontiers of this industry forward in the years gone by. The establishment of a skills development framework with the UPSA to train and certify new entrants, the revamping of the Gong Gong Awards, and the drafting of the advertising bill are but a few examples of your successes so far. And we encourage you to achieve more in the next 2 years. Indeed, advertising has come a long way in the history of Ghana, right from when it was just a phenomenon to today, when it has become a major feature in the management of brands. Globally today, the contribution of the advertising industry to economic growth is profound. New research validates the powerful impact of this industry in driving an economy. Last year, for example, in the US, the advertising industry was reported to have generated $7.1 trillion in sales activity and supported nearly 29 million jobs. In 2014, the US economy posted $36.7 trillion in sales activity. Of that, an estimated $2.4 trillion in direct sales were estimated to have been stimulated as a result of advertising campaigns commissioned by the industries that generated the actual sales. Thus, approximately about 6.5% of US sales activity in that year was directly fueled by advertising. It is worth noting that despite the economic slowdown currently faced by the world, advertising spend is set to increase by 3.8% this year and is predicted to strengthen the year after at 4.8%. This is because many industries and economic policy managers know that advertising is a stimulant to increased demand. And increased demand, all other things being equal, like the economists say, has the propensity to translate into increased production over a period and eventually aid the recovery effort. The story in Ghana is not very different, though the industry may not have immediate statistics to prove this. But anecdotal evidence from major brand managers will tell you how major campaigns have stimulated demand for key brands over the decades. Our colleagues who are managing FMCG brands know this too well. My Lord, earlier this week I had the privilege of speaking to the cocoa and chocolate industry at the launch of the Chocolate Week celebration. The main thrust of my keynote, which I repeat to you here this morning, is that though a lot has been achieved in the years gone by, the challenges of today and the challenges of the future require us to double our efforts and to do even more if we are to remain relevant in our various places. The much talked about advertising bill needs to, as a matter of urgency, be passed to bring the necessary regulatory backing, standards, and framework for the quick advancement of this industry. Any industry that doesn't sort out its regulation quickly struggles. In markets where this industry has excelled, it has excelled within a properly regulated environment. I do know how much work you have done already in the preparatory stages, and I'd like to assure you that when all is ready, my doors at the Ministry of Information are open to help you see the draft bill passed into law. Indeed, my uncle, the Honorable K.T. Hammond, who has just been nominated as Minister responsible for Trade and Industry, will take his seat very soon, and I look forward to leading you to pay a courtesy call on him to ask for his support so that we have it passed ASAP. But beyond this, Mr. President, we must also develop the collaboration between you as an industry and the policymakers in government. We must commit to regular collaborative dialogue to explore how we can regularly work together and share best practices to develop a strong, vibrant, and a stronger industry. The real job of policymakers is to facilitate your work in industry, and it is through regular dialogue that policies which make your work easier can be fashioned. This will eventually be a catalyst in our collective effort to see the Ghanaian economy recover quickly. My President, as you take up this new role, I also want to urge you and your colleagues to make the passage of this bill into law a priority. Additionally, let this be an era during which professional standards in the industry are strictly enforced. This will move the industry onto a whole new level, a legacy for which you and your team will forever be remembered. An advertising industry playing on this new scale will be a major pillar in boosting not just the fortunes of the brands that you manage, but it will also become a major measurable force in the Ghanaian economy. It will contribute even more to our goal of generating greater economic activity, wealth, and jobs for our people. My Lord, permit me also to challenge the new leadership of the AAG to consider what more advertising can be used to do for nation building. Yes, you have the primary responsibility to assist your clients and the brands that you work for to reach their markets effectively and with the most creative of ideas. But ultimately, colleagues, we have a nation to build, and we need your very special skill in that regard. In the best of places, communication materials such as movies, music, theater, skits, and advertising campaigns have been used to assist in shaping the society. The challenges of our times and the daily doses of negative stories that we consume leave little room for a whipping up of key values needed to build our nation state. But it is not true that in the places where values such as patriotism, sacrifice, selflessness were planted, there were no challenges. There were challenges. However, in the midst of those challenges, deliberate efforts were made to find stories of patriotism, sacrifice, and selflessness, and to highlight and celebrate these stories to encourage more people. Campaigns were waged to whip up the public consciousness for these values despite the challenges of their day. And so I want to implore you to consider encouraging your membership to put your very unique perception-shaping skills to this task as your corporate social responsibility. While you serve your clients and make money, make room to achieve this higher purpose too, to help shape the society with your very special skills. In times past, we have launched campaigns against indiscipline and campaigns for patriotism, but those ones were led by political figures. We must admit they didn't yield much sustained results. But it is my very fervent belief that if the industry itself leads, sustains, owns, and pushes nation value-building campaigns, it has the potential to achieve some sustained results. On this 8th Investiture Ceremony Day, I'd like to say congratulations once again to the new administration, led by Mr. President, my brother, Andrew, and I look forward to us working together to make your vision and the task that you set for yourself a reality. Congratulations, and I thank you.